guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kira the doll, back for yet another video. As you guys can see, today's video is going to be about Auntie Podcast. Today the guest was Momma Dee. And before I got started, I just wanted to say one thing to the negative Nancy's in the comment section. Before you sit there with your ball of anger and type your millionth hate comment for the day, just remember, all it takes is a click of a button to delete your comment. So let's get right into it, you guys. So first things first, I just want to start by saying that this was a great interview. I feel like mainly due to the fact of the guest. The guests stabilized the energy in the room. It wasn't so much of the talking over one another and the million questions in a minute type of deal with this episode. It felt as though Momma Dee really stabilized the energy in the room, and all three of these women, well, somewhat showed her respect. The reason why I say somewhat is because I just felt like Carissa was very catty and rude this episode. So that's why I said somewhat, because I felt as though Tokyo and Tia gave Momma Dee the respect that she deserved, but Carissa didn't know how to stay in her place. I honestly felt like Carissa is the prime example of when men say that women don't know how to shut up and listen. Carissa was listening to respond rather than to comprehend. And sometimes the responses that she gave made completely no sense because she was not comprehending. She just wanted to respond. Now that's enough for Carissa. Now we're gonna move on to Momma Dee. I felt like Momma Dee really resembles Scrappy's baby mama Erica. And I don't know what it is, but something about these two ladies, they really look like they could be, she looked like she could be Erica mama. So we initially start off this episode talking about Momma Dee's past and basically her being a pimp. She basically explains how her being in a head-on collision costing her a knee and a hip now, which is replaced with artificial knee and hip. And honestly, the main thing I want to say about that is just that God is good. Also, I wanted to mention this is definitely a synthetic eye on Miss Tokyo's head right here. And it's starting to make me feel like, are we doing something wrong and wasting our money? Because even celebrities be wearing synthetic eye. But mainly my overall opinion on this video was that this was one of the best interviews because Momma Dee made sure to get her point across regardless of the interruptive ass aunties. We basically get into Momma Dee's past life and how she was a pimp, and she said she had about 15 hoes, y'all. This then leads into where I said Carissa was just very catty this episode. Carissa don't understand why she wouldn't just get a regular job. And that's when Tokyo called Carissa a square because Carissa just don't get it. And she explains, Tokyo explains and breaks down Momma Dee chose this life because she came from such a religious background, which caused her to rebel, creating the Momma Dee that we all know today. That basically results in Carissa calling them lazy for choosing a different route, and Carissa just makes herself more and more unlikable every week. I think, honestly, Carissa just can't handle Momma Dee's energy. Dee is just too real. She unapologetic. And Carissa just seemed like she's not used to that type of stuff. But we are so thankful to have the guests that we had today because Momma Dee broke it down for Carissa. She brought up a lot of great points throughout this episode. She basically says that storms create character, which is nothing but the truth. If you ain't never been through nothing, how can you expect to be a soldier? Momma Dee basically explains how she had her first child at 21 and it caused her to do what she had to do to make a way for her kids. And I feel like at the end of the day, women never catch a break. If you do it the right way, if you do it the wrong way, if it really doesn't matter. People always have something to say about the women and how they choose to live their lives, but they never, it seems like women get drugged through the mud more than men would ever. Men every day out here choose not to take care of their kids, and the woman would get dragged instead of the man. With that being said, I really just feel as though black women deserve a lot more grace. But anyways, Tokyo asks Momma Dee the issues with her kids' baby mamas. And regarding to the Bam, as Momma Dee refers to as the hoof, Bambi being her son Scrappy's ex-wife. Basically, she threw a divorce party paid for by MTV. In my opinion, Bambi and Scrappy just didn't seem like a good fit. They had too much conflict and problems. People always said that Erica and Scrappy seemed like a better fit than Bambi and Scrappy. And I feel the same way. I honestly was shocked when Erica and Scrappy, went separate ways and Scrappy moved on to Bambi. I was honestly in shock. And then also, as far as Momma Dee, I feel like on Love and Hip Hop, it definitely gives scripted. And Momma Dee gets into Love and Hip Hop a little bit. She basically explains how she was told that Love and Hip Hop will be a reality TV show and it basically would allow her to let people in on her life. But on this episode, I feel as though it shows Momma Dee's true personality. She's very cool, calm, and collected. Versus on Love and Hip Hop and just in general, Momma Dee always seems over the top. But now it starts to feel like maybe she was just portrayed that way. I feel like Momma Dee honestly taught the aunties a thing or two. She explains how her kids often bring trash home, and she feels like she has to take the trash out. And now she's just exhausted from that. And I just want to ask y'all a question. Do y'all feel like she has something to do with the divorce between Scrappy and Bambi? Or do you feel like it was completely Scrappy and Bambi and their issues? One thing I can say though is that Momma Dee brought up a lot of good points throughout this podcast. She basically just says that at the end of the day, you have to have your children's back no matter what. So if you see them going down a dark path with whoever they're in a relationship with, you have to make it your mission to make sure that they're not drugged down. But she shows her intentions in getting in between of her child's relationship, which starts to make it make more sense as though at the end of the day, Scrappy and Bambi got a divorce. So was she really wrong? Momma Dee calls Bambi insecure and basically says that she played on her insecurities. As I'm watching, I couldn't help but notice how this podcast literally had the most dialect versus all the other podcasts. It just felt like Momma Dee demanded the attention from her aura and her demeanor, which caused the other aunties to be quiet and listen. She literally has the star quality to be an actual auntie. She needs to be an auntie. Maybe she need to take Carissa's spot. Because speaking of Carissa, she was basically going against everything Momma Dee had to say. It was given hater. Then Momma Dee just basically calls Scrappy tender when it comes to women. And that just shows you how real she is, because that's her own child. When Momma Dee said they've had thieves in the palace, I couldn't help but laugh. Like, Momma Dee was so serious, but it was just so funny. Dee seems very kind hearted and genuine, or so she portrays. She gets into how she doesn't like young guys because she ain't helping raise nobody else children. And I know that's right, Auntie. Then Tokyo basically asks Momma Dee for alcoholism advice. And basically all she really says is just drink responsibly. Next, Tokyo always asking somebody, did they peg a man before? Tokyo, what the hell type time is you on, my good sis? Then they gonna ask Momma Dee her body count. She said 10. Momma Dee is funny as hell for that. Then they asked her how does she feel about Scrappy and Erica get married. She said she tired. She don't even care no more. He could do what he want. But I feel like she just saying that because we already know how Momma Dee is. Now they start talking about sex. Momma Dee says she keep her wig on during the intercourse, which I thought was really funny. Like, y'all older women don't be playing now, do y'all? Y'all gonna do what y'all gotta do to keep y'all man. I hear you. Then Momma Dee said the freakiest place she did it was on the train, which is wild. That's wild now. She gives some advice to, everybody out there wanting to get to a point in their lives for their aspiration, for their goals. She just says believe in you and believe in yourself and love yourself, which is some of the best advice, because I feel like a lot of people don't believe in themselves. A lot of people want to ask others for validation and want to ask other people when at the end of the day it starts within yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, how can you expect anybody else to believe that you can get to a point that you don't even believe that you can get to? All you need is a mustard seed of faith now. Then I felt like Momma Dee really was reminding me of Maya Angelou during this interview, just with the hand gestures and the dialect. That lady smooth now. I need y'all to believe me when I say it. Basically, we get to a little emotional point because Momma Dee just feels like people are challenging her on her motherhood, which I feel like is completely true. So many people drag Momma Dee through the mud for her interfering into her child's lives and stuff, when at the end of the day, that just shows you how fierce of a mother that she is. Then Carissa start crying, talking about Blueface in jail. Y'all, I ain't see not one tear. How does it become about Carissa and Blueface? Talking about he in jail behind a woman. When Blue went to jail, he was just as much as the problem as Krishan. Carissa, now don't do that. Do not do that. Carissa, now I'm sick of you. I'm getting real sick of you. I'm about to throw up. You making me gag. The reflex is coming. The acid reflux. Carissa. But what I can say is that Momma Dee was really there for Carissa, which is wild considering the way that Carissa was coming at her the whole episode, saying how Momma Dee need to calm down and Momma Dee need to get out of her kids' business, and her kids said that she like Momma Dee and she ain't trying to be like Momma Dee at 60 years old, and all this and all that. And Carissa just wanted this episode to be all about her. Carissa, I'm gonna need you to do me one huge favor. I'm gonna need you to cut the shit. Tokyo looking like she sick eyed, Tia look like she sick eyed, and Momma Dee, she just eating the shit right on up. But it just really shows that Momma Dee is really genuine. She's human. She's basically showing that at the end of the day, there's a heart inside of there. And Carissa stays sitting on that couch. Carissa, I don't know what it is about Momma Dee that intimidated you, but you couldn't hide the fact that you was intimidated by Momma Dee. I don't know if you were scared for her coming and taking your spot. I don't know what it was. But Carissa, I'ma need you to get your interviewer skills on up. Suck it up. Stop crying. You too old. Blueface deserved that shit. Blueface going to jail and Krishan going to jail is nothing but God protecting Lil Junior. He protecting Junior from his own damn parents. The same man that you raised to be ain't shit. So Carissa, cut the shit. But next week we got Big Frida. You already know we gonna do a review. So stay tuned. Thanks y'all for watching. I appreciate every last single one of y'all. Yeah, make sure you write a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on the episode. And yeah, stay tuned. I'll be back next week for yet another one. Let me know some opinions, like what type of videos y'all would like to see, what type of reviews y'all would like to see, what type of shows y'all watch. But yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Bye.